Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the cable sidestep lunge. This is an incredible exercise for your glutes and basically your abductors, which are the outside portion of your glutes and thighs. So the first thing you're going to want to do is set up your cable all the way down to the bottom. So just pull in the tab and pull it all the way down, then choose the appropriate weight. So you start off light with this exercise and then slowly start to build up the weight over time. So every other week, put up the weight by one plate, let's just say. Once you're in that position, just stand nice and tall and close to the machine, but enough to where when you bring your leg back, the plates are not hitting. So you notice how the plates are not hitting when I stand back up? That's the sign that you stepped out far enough. You don't want them to clank every single time you do it because you're going to take away tension from the muscles that you want to focus on. Also, make sure that you keep the opposite leg straight. That's very important. Before we continue, let's hear a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
And another key thing is to make sure that you're staying as upright as possible. You're not going to be able to stay perfectly upright whenever you do a side lunge. However, you want to really focus on that though. You don't want to bend over where you're parallel with the ground with your torso. You just want to make sure you're staying as upright as you can be while maintaining that stepping foot straight. So notice at this angle, both of my feet are straight. I'm not pointing my toes out on either one of these. Once you point your toes out, you're going to start doing just typical lunge where your leg is forward and relative to your hip, obviously. Another key thing I want you guys to think about is making sure that you're taking a nice big step, because if you don't take a big step, then you're going to feel like you're not going to be able to go low enough because your hips are too locked. They're too stiff in a very narrow stance. You have to be as wide as possible while making sure that the opposite leg is completely straight. If it starts to bend, then you might have taken too big of a step. So, play around with it. See what feels most comfortable for you. But you need to make sure that you're taking a big enough step to where it's going to allow you to go down. And you're going to feel that difference. Another key thing I want you guys to focus on is I would do this with your hands. Just keep your fingers interlocked. It's just more comfortable that way. Instead of kind of allowing your arms to just flail around. Obviously, you don't want to do that. Just keep everything nice and tight. Keep your chest up and keep your chin straight or tucked if you want to put it that way. That way your spine stays straight when it comes to your neck. Last thing you want to do is put a lot of pressure in that area when you're working your legs. So here's what happens when you take a small step and you're basically bending both legs. You don't want to do this. You're not going to feel it much. You'll feel it, but not as much as you could. Or if you take too big of a step out, you're going to feel like that other leg is going to want to bend.